In the grand tapestry of our world, there are beings who stand as silent witnesses to the passage of time. They are not merely symbols of nature, but living chronicles, their very rings and branches holding secrets and stories that stretch back millennia. These are the trees, the great green sentinels of our planet. They are the keepers of histories we can only begin to imagine, their roots delving deep into the earth and their crowns reaching for the heavens. To walk amongst them is to feel the quiet pulse of life itself, a rhythm that has beaten steadily through the ages, long before our own time. In this journey we are about to embark upon, I will guide you through the hidden corners of our world to meet the most unusual and striking of these botanical wonders. We will travel to ancient lands and remote islands to witness trees that defy our expectations. Each one is a masterpiece of evolution, astonishing us with its unique form, its incredible size, or its remarkable ability to thrive in the most extreme and unforgiving conditions. These are not just plants. They are sculptures carved by wind and time, survivors of cataclysm, and providers of life. Some of these magnificent beings have lived for thousands of years, their gnarled bark a testament to their endurance, while others appear as if they have sprung directly from the vibrant imagination of a surrealist artist. They challenge our perception of what a tree can be, from those that bleed crimson sap to others whose trunks explode with surprising force. Are you ready to meet these green giants and marvel at the wonders of the botanical world? Then let us begin our exploration and dive deep into the truly wonderful world of unusual trees. Our journey begins in the heart of Cambodia, amidst the hauntingly beautiful ruins of Angkor. Here, history is not only carved in stone, but is also entwined with the living. The ancient temple of Ta Prohm, left largely to the jungle's embrace, presents a spectacle unlike any other on Earth. Giant silk cotton and strangler fig trees have laid claim to these sacred walls, their immense roots cascading over centuries-old masonry. It is a slow, relentless dance between the works of man and the power of nature, a silent reclamation that has been unfolding for centuries. These are not separate entities, the temple and the trees. They have become one. The roots, thick as pythons, seem to pour like liquid stone over intricate carvings of deities and celestial dancers. They pry apart massive blocks, yet in some places, they are the very thing holding the crumbling structures together. To walk through these corridors is to feel as though you have stepped into a forgotten world, a place where the boundaries between myth and reality have blurred. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and decaying stone, and the only sounds are the calls of unseen birds and the whisper of leaves in the canopy high above. This symbiotic relationship creates an atmosphere that is both magical and deeply mysterious. The trees appear as ancient guardians, their sprawling limbs forming natural archways over shadowed courtyards. One can almost feel the spirits of the past lingering here, sheltered by the very forces that have consumed their once great city. The trees of Angkor are more than just vegetation. They are living monuments, their intertwining roots a powerful and poignant symbol of nature's enduring strength and its ability to weave its own story into the fabric of human history. From the humid jungles of Southeast Asia, we travel to the harsh, windswept peaks of the White Mountains in the western United States. Here, in this desolate, high-altitude landscape, live the oldest single living organisms known to us on Earth, the Great Basin bristlecone pines. These are the ultimate champions of longevity, true masters of survival. Some have stood on these rocky slopes for over 5,000 years, silent witnesses to the rise and fall of entire civilizations. Their secret to a long life lies in their incredibly slow growth and their ability to endure where little else can. The conditions they face are extreme. Biting winds, freezing temperatures, and arid soil would defeat most other forms of life, yet the bristlecone thrives. This constant struggle has sculpted them into extraordinary natural works of art. Their trunks are twisted and gnarled, stripped of bark by the elements, leaving behind polished, multicolored wood that gleams in the alpine sun. Each tree is a unique sculpture, its form telling a story of centuries of hardship and resilience. They are a testament to the sheer tenacity of life. Looking at these ancient beings, one feels a profound sense of humility. Their twisted shapes are not signs of weakness, but of strength, each contortion a record of a battle won against the forces of nature. They grow in sparse, isolated groves, appearing as a gathering of wise old sages, their branches reaching out like wizened arms. To stand in their presence is to connect with a timescale far beyond our own, a living link to the distant past. These bristlecone pines are not just trees, they are the planet's venerable elders. We now journey to the humid subtropical clime of South Carolina on Johns Island to meet a true southern matriarch. This is the angel oak, a colossal southern live oak estimated to be around 500 years old. While not the oldest tree we will encounter, its sheer presence is overwhelming. It is not its height that astonishes, but its breadth. Its magnificent, sprawling limbs reach outwards and downwards, some resting on the very ground that sustains it, creating a vast, shaded world beneath its canopy. The shade it provides covers an area of over 17,000 square feet. This is a tree that invites you in. Its enormous branches, thicker than the trunks of many lesser trees, create a natural cathedral. They twist and turn, forming a labyrinth of wood and leaves that seems to defy gravity. Walking beneath them feels like entering a sacred space, a sanctuary from the outside world. The light filters softly through the dense canopy of evergreen leaves and Spanish moss, dappling the ground below. It is a place of profound peace and quiet contemplation, where one can feel the immense weight and wisdom of the centuries. As with many ancient and impressive natural monuments, the angel oak is shrouded in local lore and legend. Stories are told of the ghosts of former slaves appearing as angels around the tree, their spirits finding solace in its protective embrace. Whether one believes these tales or not, it is impossible to deny the powerful, almost spiritual atmosphere that surrounds this giant. It has weathered countless hurricanes and storms, a steadfast anchor in a changing world, and stands today as a beloved symbol of strength, endurance, and the enduring connection between nature and the human spirit. Our travels take us across the Pacific to the North Island of New Zealand, home to some of the most majestic trees on the planet, the mighty kauri. These are true giants of the forest, ancient conifers that can grow to immense sizes, with towering pillar-like trunks and lifespans that can exceed 2,000 years. To stand at the base of a mature kauri, such as the famous Tane Mahuta, or Lord of the Forest, is to be dwarfed by a living column that seems to hold up the sky itself. Its girth is staggering, its straight grey trunk rising unimpeded for many meters before branching into a magnificent crown. For the Maori people of New Zealand, the kauri are far more than just trees. They are taonga, or sacred treasures, imbued with deep cultural and spiritual significance. In Maori mythology, Tane Mahuta is the son of the Sky Father and the Earth Mother, who pushed his parents apart to bring light and life into the world. The kauri trees are his children, and they are revered as protectors of the forest. This profound respect is woven into the fabric of Maori identity, a relationship between people and nature, built over centuries of coexistence. The kauri also play a vital role as a keystone species in their ecosystem. Their presence shapes the entire forest, influencing the soil and creating unique habitats for a host of other plants and animals that depend on them for survival. Sadly, These magnificent giants have faced threats from logging and disease, and today, the remaining ancient kauri are precious relics of a once vast kingdom. Protecting them is not just about saving a tree, it is about preserving a vital piece of New Zealand's natural and cultural heritage for generations to come. We now venture into the vibrant landscapes of Brazil to discover a tree that breaks one of the fundamental rules we associate with fruit-bearing plants. This is the jabuticaba, or the Brazilian grape tree. Unlike an apple or an orange tree, which hangs its fruit from delicate branches, the jabuticaba does something truly extraordinary. It fruits directly on its main trunk and largest limbs. During its fruiting season, the tree's bark becomes covered in what looks like a cascade of dark, glistening jewels. This phenomenon, known as cauliflory, is a remarkable adaptation. The tree produces small white flowers that erupt straight from the bark, which are then followed by the fruit. The fruits themselves are about the size of a plum, with a thick, deep purple skin and a sweet, translucent pulp inside. They look like black pearls clinging to the trunk, and witnessing a tree in full fruit is a strange and beautiful sight. It appears as though the tree is sweating grapes, a botanical curiosity that never fails to fascinate. The berries of the jabuticaba are a cherished delicacy in Brazil. Because they have a very short shelf life and begin to ferment just a few days after being picked, they are rarely found far from where they are grown. This makes them a rare and special treat, often eaten fresh from the tree or used to make jellies, wines, and liqueurs. The jabuticaba is a perfect example of nature's endless creativity, a tree that has found a unique and visually stunning way to present its precious gifts to the world. Our journey now takes a turn towards the dangerous, as we seek out one of the plant kingdom's most formidable members. Found in the tropical regions of North and South America, this is the Hura crepitans, more commonly and, well, ominously known as the sandbox tree, or the dynamite tree. At first glance, it appears impressive, a large tree with a distinctive spiky bark that serves as a clear warning. But its most astonishing feature is not its thorny armor, but the explosive nature of its fruit. The tree produces large, pumpkin-shaped seed capsules. As these capsules dry on the branch, immense pressure builds up within their segments. When the time is right, they detonate with a loud crack, like a pistol shot, that can be heard from a considerable distance. This botanical explosion is a highly effective seed dispersal mechanism, flinging the flattened, circular seeds at speeds of up to 240 kilometers per hour and scattering them as far as 45 meters from the parent tree. It is a startling and violent demonstration of nature's ingenuity. Every part of the sandbox tree is a lesson in caution. Its bark is covered in sharp conical spines. Its sap is poisonous and can cause severe skin rashes, and getting it in the eyes can cause temporary blindness. The seeds themselves are toxic if ingested. This tree is a fortress, armed and dangerous, a fascinating example of a plant that has evolved powerful and aggressive defenses to ensure its survival and propagation. It is a dramatic and compelling reminder that the natural world is not always gentle and serene. We now travel to the arid, sun-scorched landscapes of the Baja California Peninsula and a small part of Sonora, Mexico. Here, we find a tree so strange, it looks as if it has been plucked from the pages of a children's book by Dr. Seuss. This is the bujum tree, or Fuchsia columnaris. It is a truly bizarre sight, a single tapering trunk that rises from the desert floor like a giant upside-down carrot, or a lonely fuzzy candle. It can grow up to 20 meters tall, with a spiny trunk and tiny leaves that appear only after rainfall. The bujum tree is a master of desert survival. Its thick, succulent trunk is a reservoir, storing precious water to endure long periods of drought. Its shape minimizes the surface area exposed to the relentless sun, and its small leaves reduce water loss through transpiration. For most of the year, it stands as a bare, ghostly column, but after the rare desert rains, it cloaks itself in a thin veil of green and sprouts clusters of creamy, honey-scented flowers at its very tip, attracting pollinators in this harsh environment. Surrounded by local legends and named after a mythical creature from Lewis Carroll's poem, The Hunting of the Snark, the boojum tree has an otherworldly presence. They often grow in strange, scattered forests, their odd shapes creating a surreal and alien-looking landscape. Some boojums even branch out near the top, their limbs bending over to create whimsical, arching forms. This peculiar and wonderful tree is a perfect illustration of how life can adapt in the most imaginative and, honestly, unexpected ways to conquer even the most extreme environments on our planet. We cross the Atlantic once more, to the misty glens and historic lands of Scotland. Here, amidst the rolling hills, stand ancient oaks that are as much a part of the nation's history as its castles and clans. These venerable trees have been silent observers of centuries of human drama. One of the most legendary is the Capon tree, a magnificent sessile oak growing near Jedburgh. Believed to be over 500 years old, this gnarled and hollow giant is steeped in history and folklore, a living link to a turbulent past. The Capon tree has witnessed much. It is said that border reivers, notorious raiders of the Anglo-Scottish border, once gathered beneath its branches to plan their forays. Its hollow trunk, large enough to shelter several people, has likely served as a hiding place, a meeting point, and a silent confidant for generations. Its name itself is a mystery, possibly derived from the Capuchin friars who may have tended it. To stand before it is to feel the weight of history, its twisted limbs like aged arms that have sheltered rebels and lovers alike. These ancient oaks are more than just old trees. They are cornerstones of their ecosystem and living cultural artifacts. They support a vast array of life, from insects and fungi to birds and mammals, that make their homes in the nooks and crannies of their decaying wood. They feature in countless poems, songs, and stories, embodying the Scottish spirit of endurance and resilience. Trees like the Capon tree are precious chronicles, their continued survival a gift that allows us to reach out and touch a bygone era. Our journey now takes us to a place that seems almost alien, the remote and isolated island of Socotra, a part of Yemen in the Indian Ocean. Here, on the rocky plateaus, grows one of the most visually striking and mystical trees in the world, the dragon's blood tree, Dracaena cinnabari. Its appearance is extraordinary, an upturned, densely packed crown of leaves that looks like a giant green mushroom or a flying saucer perched atop a sturdy trunk. This unique shape is an adaptation to survive in arid conditions with little soil, channeling moisture from the mist down to its root system. The tree's name, however, comes from its most famous and startling characteristic. When the bark is cut or damaged, it exudes a thick, crimson-red resin that looks uncannily like blood. This dragon's blood has been sought after since ancient times. Legends on the island tell of a dragon that was wounded in a battle with an elephant, their mixed blood flowing onto the ground and causing the trees to grow. The resin was a prized commodity, used as a dye, a varnish for violins, and a universal cure-all in traditional medicine and rituals. The dragon's blood tree is a symbol of Socotra's unique biodiversity, an island where a third of the plant life is found nowhere else on Earth. These strange and wonderful trees form otherworldly forests, their interlocking canopies creating a surreal landscape that feels like a prehistoric world. They are a powerful reminder of the incredible diversity of life that can evolve in isolation. But they are also vulnerable, facing threats from climate change and overgrazing. Protecting these bleeding dragons is crucial to preserving one of the planet's most magical and irreplaceable natural wonders. For our final destination, we travel to another island famed for its unique flora and fauna, Madagascar. Dominating the arid landscapes of the West are the magnificent and peculiar baobabs, often called bottle trees. There are 6 species of baobab endemic to Madagascar, and they are among the most iconic trees on the continent. Their most distinguishing feature is their massive, swollen trunk, which looks like a gigantic bottle or a root system reaching for the sky. This bizarre shape serves a vital purpose in a land of long dry seasons. The trunk of the baobab is a natural water tank. During the brief rainy season, it can absorb and store thousands of liters of water within its fibrous wood. This allows the tree to survive the months of drought that follow. For much of the year, the trees are leafless, giving them the appearance that they have been planted upside down, which has led to local legends of gods throwing them from the sky in anger. But when they are in bloom, their stark silhouettes are adorned with huge, beautiful flowers that open only at night. The Avenue of the Baobabs, a stretch of road lined with these majestic Grandidiers baobabs, is one of Madagascar's most breathtaking sights, especially at sunrise or sunset, when their powerful shapes are silhouetted against the vibrant sky. These trees are not only a wonder of adaptation, but also central to the lives of the local people, who use their fruit, seeds, and bark. The baobabs of Madagascar are a spectacular finale to our journey, standing as proud, swollen monuments to life's ability to innovate and endure in the face of adversity. We have journeyed across the globe, from the stone-clad temples of Cambodia to the otherworldly islands of Socotra and Madagascar. We have stood in the shade of giants, marveled at explosive fruit, and contemplated the immense timescale of a 5,000-year-old pine. Each tree we have encountered tells its own remarkable story of survival, adaptation, and beauty. They are a testament to the boundless imagination of the natural world, a reminder that even in the most familiar of forms, there are endless secrets and wonders waiting to be discovered. These are not just passive parts of the scenery. They are active, dynamic beings, shaping their environments and our world. These silent storytellers hold a mirror to our own existence. Their longevity speaks of resilience in the face of change. Their unique forms show the beauty in diversity, and their deep roots remind us of the importance of connection to our history and our environment. They are the lungs of our planet, the guardians of biodiversity, and the keepers of a wisdom that far surpasses our own. To lose them would be to lose not only a part of our world's natural heritage, but a part of ourselves, a connection to the deep, slow rhythm of life on Earth. So, the next time you walk through a park or a forest, I invite you to look at the trees a little differently. See them not just as wood and leaves, but as living monuments, as chroniclers of time, and as fellow inhabitants of this extraordinary planet. Their stories are written in their bark, their branches, and their roots. We need only to learn how to listen. The world is full of such wonders, and the more we seek to understand them, the more we understand the intricate and beautiful tapestry of life of which we are all a part.